Today, what you're about to see is the most vile thing someone has ever said in the House of Commons. It is far worse than anything I've ever said on this channel. That's saying something. It doesn't get too spicy around here, but we have had the $8 million barn, aka Trudeau's love dungeon, the multiple memes of Jagmeet humping Trudeau as monkeys. It's all good fun, but then again, this is a fun political YouTube channel. This is not the House of Commons. So what you're about to see is little Daniel Blakey here. On his last day of work, before he quits his job, he decides to throw the nastiest insult ever at the Conservatives. Now, he's not quitting his political career entirely. He's going to take a job with Wab Kinew in Manitoba, but I'm wondering if he's going to lose that job after what he just said here. Now, to set this up, at the end of question period, Daniel Blakey yells something across the way at some of the Conservative members. It's really hard to hear. You can't really hear what he said, but it's obviously very insulting. And then he's asked to speak, and, well, listen to what he says.
The honourable member from Chilliwack Hope is rising on a point of order.
Mr. Speaker, during question period, the member from Elmwood Transcona issued a repulsive, vulgar, and unparliamentary remark to members of the Conservative opposition. I would like, through you, to ask him to withdraw those repulsive remarks.
The chair did not hear the comment, but recognizes that the honourable member from Elmwood Transcona is rising on his feet.
Mr. Speaker, in the course of expressing concerns for the tongue of certain Conservative members that I feared would get stuck in the backside of their leader as he exited the chamber, I did indeed use unparliamentary language. And for that...
That's just vile, man. If you listen to that back, there's like, some of them are howling like monkeys. Listen to it again.
In the course of expressing concerns for the tongue of certain Conservative members that I feared would get stuck in the backside of their leader as he exited the chamber, I did indeed use unparliamentary language. And for that...
You hear it's like, ah, ah, ah. It sounds like monkeys. If we look here at the benches, the Conservatives are all disgusted and the Liberals are all laughing. This tells you a lot about the people there. It's just vile, dude. Perhaps that gives us a little window into the weekend adventures of Daniel Blakey.
The honourable member from Elmwood Transcona is an experienced member of this House. That language evokes an image which is clearly unparliamentary. I'll ask the honourable member to rise to his feet and to forthwith withdraw those comments.
I do unconditionally apologize for the comments, although I do insist on the important...
That's not an apology. Here you can see Andrew Scheer gets up and goes and talks over the House Leader over there.
The chair has heard the honourable member apologise, which is appropriate. Now that brings us back to the...
They're a little off camera there, but they're chatting.
I hope withdrawing his comment. Would the honourable member rise on that issue alone?
I do, Mr. Speaker. I withdraw those comments.
I thank the honourable member.
Look at that smug smile, little Danielle Blakey. What a disgusting, dirty, vile beast that doesn't belong in there.
For that. Rising on a point of order.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I think we just witnessed a very disgraceful, disrespectful display and question period today, which is clearly against the standing orders. The members across the aisle here owe an apology to the member from Skeena Bulkley Valley, who gets to ask a question just like everyone else in this House. That was a disgraceful display, and I ask that you, Mr. Speaker, take that away and consider what you might do in the event that it occurs again.
I will take that matter under advisement.
Disgusting. Little Daniel Blakey is disgusting. And I wonder if Wab's going to still keep him on as a... He's getting a job as a senior advisor for Wab Kinew in Manitoba after that disgusting display. If you're not familiar with this guy, anytime in the House of Commons he stands up and speaks, he's like a big bully. He just says whatever he wants. He's not tactical at all. He's just like a jerk, like an absolute idiot every time he speaks. So I'm not really surprised that he's got a vile tongue like that. But to say in the House of Commons, take away his pension. See what little Daniel Blakey thinks of that.
For the tongue of certain Conservative members that I feared would get stuck in the backside of their leader as he exited the chamber. I did indeed use unparliamentary.
I can't believe he said that. That's gross, man. So the next day, Daniel Blakey does a press conference here when then he quits his job.
So what's happening with your career right now, please?
I do indeed. Today I announced that I'll be vacating my seat as the Member of Parliament for Elmwood-Transcona effective March 31st to go work with the new government of Wab-Kinew in Manitoba as the Senior Advisor on Intergovernmental Affairs.
This is very bizarre because he can't be moving over laterally. He's got to be taking a pay cut to do that, to go from federal to provincial. This is not, it's just very, unless he, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense, man.
Here a good while, you've followed in the footsteps of your late father. Why the transition time now, other than obviously the new government?
Yeah, well, I'm really proud of all the work that we've done as a caucus here in Ottawa under Jagmeet Singh, and I'm really excited by the work that the government of Wab-Kinew is going to be doing in Manitoba. For me personally, this is an opportunity to continue on in the same vein of work, working for people, trying to have better public policy, but to get to do it from a position where I'm closer to home and I get to see a lot more of my young children and my wife and support her in her career as well.
The NDP caucus is split.
So that's the reason there. He wants to be closer to his wife, his kids, etc. I mean, considering he's going to be getting a pay raise here at April 1st too, it's like, let's just look up his salary. If we take a look at this website, because the government's website doesn't even work, I can't even load up their salaries, it keeps crashing. But in general, we've got the current salary, or pre-pandemic salary, $178,194 now. It's gone up $23,800 since 2020, but it's going up to $202. You know, so that's like an 8,000 increase coming here in just a month. But I guess little Blakey is probably just, he wants to be close to his family, and he's probably going to take like a, I don't know, what, 50, 80,000 pay cut? I don't know, to do it. Either way, his comments, though, are absolutely pathetic. To do that and then to resign, it's just, he's such a small man.
Both sides of the aisle, you sit on the far side from Mr. Singh. Do you have any confidence still in Mr. Singh's leadership?
I absolutely have confidence in Jagmeet Singh's leadership. As I say, we're doing a lot of great work here in Ottawa. The new pharmacare deal, that the details of which are going to be announced shortly, is very exciting, and I think is going to make a big difference in the lives of a lot of people, along with the new dental care plan, along with the anti-scab legislation that just went to committee yesterday. So there's a lot of great work here that's been happening under the leadership of Jagmeet Singh. So
the pharmacare deal is basically just diabetes and contraception. It's a good thing this guy didn't get into power. I mean, I could see him being a lot like Trudeau, right? At that point, you might as well just rename it to the House of Condoms based on how badly they're screwing us. So...
And I've been very honored to be a part of that work, but looking forward to get to do similar kinds of work while being closer to home with my family.
You used some, I believe, unparliamentary language, the Speaker called it today. Was this, I think you were describing the Leader of the Opposition, if I got that right, or I'm still trying?
I was expressing concern for certain members of his caucus that I felt might end up getting dragged out behind him by their tongues.
And I believe you apologized for that, is that correct?
I did indeed. Yeah.
Was that a parting shot, or considering we've got so few citizens?
That was impulsive, and I think, you know, with hindsight, perhaps not the best day to do something like that. Of course, the House of Commons is a place that can get quite contentious at times, and the Conservatives certainly delivered their fair share of various kinds of phrases on the floor of the House that I think would be deemed unparliamentary. I think it's worth noting that it wasn't something I had intended to put on the record. It was a Conservative MP who invited me to do so.
Invited me to do so? Come on, it sounds like Trudeau just placing blame. Own up, little Blakey. You tarnished your record, you would take away your pension. See what you think about that. Just a pathetic display of lack of leadership. And if you want to run your mouth like that, then make a YouTube channel, man. Don't be in the House of Commons. Like, let's get real. I've got a recent video here. Brian Mulroney just died and Trudeau gives his condolences or whatever, but we're not going to watch this 4-minute video. We'll just watch a few seconds of it, but just look at his eyes. Look at his face in this. Something is so very bizarre and wrong about this man.
My first thoughts tonight are for the Mulroney family his best friend and partner of 50 years, Mila, his amazing kids and grandkids.
It's like he's trying to fake empathy.
What's this empathy thing? I need to feel emotion. How do I do this again?
Who loved him dearly and who he loved with all his heart.
Come on,
Trudeau. There are many, many people across the country tonight who are reeling and
like what? Like, look at his face. What's wrong with this man? It looks like there's no soul in there. You see what I'm seeing? Look at his eyes. It just looks like it's dead in there. It just goes to blackness. It's just, I get the icks. I get the icks watching this guy.
Feeling a deep absence. He was committed to this country.
It is a deep absence. Man, I just feel like I can't get it off of me. Just the ick of Trudeau. Ugh, we gotta shut this off. Okay, to spice things up here, I got this video here. This is Brussels, I'm assuming? Yeah, this is how you spell Brussels in their language. Farmers aren't messing around. It's amazing the people are help ripping down these barricades so the farmers can get through their protests. This is great to see. Enough of this WEF crap. Get rid of all these carbon taxes and that's all these guys trying to run us all into the ground. Get real. So that does it for this episode. Tell me what you think down below of little Daniel Blakey's comments. Just vile-tongued Daniel Blakey is what he'll be known as from now on, because dude, that's gross. And let me know down below if you think that little Daniel Blakey will keep his job in Manitoba, or if Wab Kinew was going to kick his butt out of there for saying such things. We'll see what happens, but till then, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Thumbs up. Thanks for being here. I greatly appreciate all of you. Stay warm, stay fed. I'll see you in the next one.